I can read the standings and I understand the urgency from their perspective, but I think the same. I think the same thoughts and urgency is from our side. So it's a derby, and I think both teams want to win this game regardless of the standings. I'm not sure putting the added pressure of the tables, the standings helps, but it's the reality of the situation, and it's late in the season, and both teams want and possibly need points. And so, it's another great setup and matchup, and I'm looking forward to it. There's always things going on in this game. There's always emotion spilling over. There's always goals, and they're tight matches. And I hope that our ideas will be effective and implemented well by our players. And for us to be successful, that needs to happen over 90 minutes and not just for 45, 60, or 75. It needs to be the entire game. And then I think we can come away with something tangible.
Results have gone your way this season against them. What's worked for you?
Yeah, I think our tactical discipline has been pretty good. Their strengths are extremely hard to defend, but I think we have a good scheme in order to defend those. And then our strengths match up well with their weaknesses, and that only comes to play if the plan is implemented well and the players stay disciplined, and if we have a good day. There's going to be 22 excellent players on the field tomorrow starting the match, and plenty of good players on both benches. And so there are a lot of differences in quality. And so really the team who sticks together and sticks to the plan for the longest amount of time tomorrow, I believe, comes away with 3 points.
The international players, my understanding is everybody's returned. Is everyone healthy and ready to play?
Everyone is returned, ready to play. Pretty much everybody. There might be a question mark by one player.
Go ahead, Andy.
Thanks, hey Steve. Just 2 quick ones for me. You always mention the important thing here in MLS is having bigger games with just bigger eyes and more attention. Just talk to me a little bit about this edition of the game itself. Olivier, Marco, Danny, Ricky, so many names in the rivalry. Just how that fares for the league, and 2, injury update for Jesus Murillo and how that fared, or what the deal is there with this team.
Yeah, I'll start with Jesus. He's recovering very well. Ahead of schedule, which is great news for us. I can't make a projection of when he'll be back or how long it's going to take. These things just take time and can be complicated if you go too fast. So we'll be cautious with Jesus to get him back in form. Hopefully, obviously before the end of the season, and be up to full speed by the playoffs come around. That's obviously the minimum goal we have, and any time he comes back earlier, the better. So, as far as this game, in comparison to other times we match up against the Galaxy, you always have pride is always on the line in a derby. I think that's first and foremost. The best thing about the game is there's no travel for either team, home or away. And now you have the added situation, as we alluded to earlier, taking a look at the standings too, and making sure that from our perspective we can catch up a little bit, and that would be our primary goal in this match. But I do think the first part, pride, overrides anything else involved in the match. Even in a playoff match, yes, it's important to advance, but what you take away from beating your rival is really important.
Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for your time. Murillo obviously out, but now a new center back comes in Marlon. Just what do you make of him? What does he add to the squad, and will he be available for Saturday?
No, we're still working through visa issues, so Marlon will not be available. He's an experienced center back who's played at the highest levels, and a player we hope to get integrated as soon as possible. We are a bit thin in that position right now, and can definitely use his help. So, when he's here in LA and his paperwork gets sorted, visa more importantly, then I can give you a little more information and tell you exactly what that's going to look like and what he exactly brings to our team and how he'll complement the other players.
how much has he changed what the galaxy looks like and like his partnership in midfield with Ricky and the challenge that will present?
Yeah, Marco, a player I know very well, and an excellent guy. Really a fantastic personality in German football for the last 15 years. And an incredibly talented and technical player. He doesn't make very many mistakes in tight spaces, under pressure, in the final third. And I think he complements them very, very well. Another creative mind out there, another able passer and finisher. Just a second. And an able passer and finisher, and somebody who is very deceptive in his runs inside the box and penetrating defense or back lines, and so just an overall very intelligent and creative attacker who also has the technique to punish you if you do make a mistake, and linking up with the other midfielders and him coming underneath a little more than exposing him behind makes it very difficult for our midfield to defend, but we have our ideas and we feel confident about those.
Steve, regarding Olivier, beyond his pedigree and his quality, what most impresses you about him or makes him unique in your mind, not just as a player but as a person?
Well, I think the way he goes about his training regiment and his communication with the group and his leadership skills. I think these things you don't maybe expect if you just watch him play on TV and scoring goals, and his physical presence is obviously something that sticks out to most people, but his soft skills in and around the locker room and on the training facility and talking to younger players is something that after speaking to him and checking references we knew we would get, and we got even more. He's been a fantastic leader for us on and off the pitch, and it's something that I think also helps him feel more comfortable. Giving to the team, giving to the group, not just in goals. And there are other things he can give to the group, and not just his goals. But I am not the one who's going to be holding him back from scoring.
Okay. Regarding his leadership skills, what specific examples come to your mind over the last few weeks?
Whether it's choice words before the game, at halftime, on the field trying to organize, pressing as a collective, and then more importantly in training, pulling younger players aside and explaining certain things to them.
Tactically speaking, how does he fit into what you try to do?
It's player for player. He's a true 9, and we play with a true 9 in our system.